Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. And I just wanted to jump into a few news articles, things that are going on. As you can all see, the devil is moving forward with his plan. All right, he's fully persuaded, and he's moving just as the scriptures say he would move. All right, the scriptures say he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, and you hear us constantly bring out those scriptures because they are speaking more than ever. All right, when you hear the prophets, okay, we're going to sound like a broken record. All right, because the legacy of Israel is to hear the words of the prophets, all right, and then go left. All right, so in these latter days, the Lord has put the Spirit on us to constantly harp on things like the MOB in this system that's being put in place now, which clearly is leading towards something of that magnitude. All right, now, for years, we've been ridiculed, mocked, for actually telling you what was coming. All right, now it's here, okay? And if they can force you, all right, to take some Kool-Aid or serpent serum, all right, or dinosaur DNA or whatever the hell you want to call it, and use that as a means to tell you whether you can come into a particular store, all right, or basically, in a nutshell, be able to buy and sell, all right, how much more would they be able to use that type of system to enforce what we've been saying that they were going to enforce at the very end, which John the Revelator lays the plan out perfectly. He told us what they were going to do. All you have to do, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, is go into prophecy. You can very well see where we are. All right, now, who's at the forefront of it all? All right, even before they, came with with all of these things, it was you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, and let's not forget. All right, for years, man. All right, Bill Gates of hell literally stood in front of hundreds and thousands of other Edomites, okay, talking about how the earth, all right, is populated over and how that they needed to create something to take people out, okay? And exactly what he said they were going to create is here, but people are so delusional and bugged out, okay, that they don't see it. And if you speak against the obvious, okay, you're going to be blacklisted. You're going to be cut off. But that's all right. All right. This word was not meant to be on the internet and to be freely available to you Israelites forever. All right. So there's coming a point where they're going to eventually cut off this message because it is the only message and testimony that is going to bring them down. Remember, the scriptures say, and they overcame him. Okay, who's the him? Esau, Edom, by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of their testimony. There is a testimony that's going to get this devil his sentence, okay? And remember, he's a fugitive, okay? He's a fugitive, but he got cameras everywhere. He got satellites everywhere. Well, the chariots are watching you, my man. And we're just about at the end of your BS. And if you're not worn out in the spirit and tired of this played out narrative, everything they're pushing in this wicked society, then something's wrong with you. Now, this is off of RT News, okay, and I found this interesting. I started to speak on it yesterday, but the spirit didn't move me to, so I'll go ahead and go into it now. Voter ID is racist, but this isn't. Fury over NYC. All right, juice pass. Okay, meaning look, they're making it to where you are going to have to show you got juice in order to come into a store and buy. Okay, how much more at some point to sell? Now, this system that's being implemented, we know where it's going. Okay, we know where it's going. Fury over the NYC juice pass that actually discriminates against black Americans. Now, what do they mean by that? It says and they've created a division. And as the Elder Ariala said in this, beautiful lesson here, it's on GMS Dallas in class 999. It's our new, in class I got to start loading vids up there too, Salakia. It says, what more can we say? Okay, and, here at the very beginning of this video, he shows a video he did in 2020, I believe at the, September or the end of 2020, where they were already talking about these things. All right, over there in Israel, they have what you call a green pass. Okay, it's going to be linked to your phone, or it's going to be something physical that you have to have. Okay, they're in certain places they're talking about putting a wristband on you that is going to prove your, where you are along the lines of the juice. In order for you to go into a gym, in order for you to, go into Whole Foods, in order for you to do this, in order for you to do that, you're going to have to prove via a certificate. Could be linked to your phone. Like in China, they got particular things. Now, in this video that he did, this lady said, well, what if I lose my certificate? Okay, and they already know that even, going forward, there's going to be people, around the world that even some of them, they're going to set up to issue forth fake certificates, right? And what's going to happen? That's going to be the new issue that, we're having too many cases of fake passes being spread. We don't know who's who or what's what. People are dying. You have the unjuiced that are killing everybody. There's going to be worldwide, there's going to be rebellion because of shutdowns. You're going to have people at each other's neck like this dude, Slim Thug. It's a video. Oh, my goodness. A brother, the elder brother, Tazadak out of, Los Angeles did it. This dude, Slim Thug, is crying, man. If I start to lose my money because you bitch ass niggas didn't go get the thing, man. So them types of niggas gonna be running up on camps. Okay, it's gonna be a absolute shit show, man. Okay, but hey, Yahweh Shemiah Shai is gonna protect his elect, because this time niggas like that lose. You people ain't gonna win. Okay, there's no way in hell you're gonna win. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see. Check this out. You're going to get a laugh out of this one.
You stupid fucks. Now y'all fucking up the population. Got the shit back bad because your dumb ass believes somebody trying to hurt your broke ass with a vaccine. Nobody give a fuck about your broke ass, nigga. Nobody trying to kill you broke motherfuckers. Why the fuck somebody trying to kill you broke motherfuckers? What is y'all doing on earth where a nigga is trying to kill y'all? You motherfuckers ain't doing shit. Why niggas aiming to kill you? You dumb motherfucker. Take the vaccine, you stupid fuck. Y'all fucking up the population. If these shows get canceled and I start losing money, I swear, motherfuckers. Hey. If I start losing this show money because you ugly, stupid motherfuckers don't want to wear y'all masks, and don't want to take the vaccine, you better pick one, you stupid fuck. Don't let me catch you ugly motherfuckers in the streets without no mask on, talking about you ain't got that, you don't believe.
So it's gonna be emotional niggas like this, full of dinosaur DNA, walking around because they go continue having to do it, and they're gonna be looking for people who have a message. Like I told you all before, Esau fully rose. It's gonna be these niggas, these type of niggas, emotional, mad, hurt, losing money, and that's good. You niggas are losing money, man. And the Heavenly Father has showed over the last few years that He's clearly not with that hip hop rap shit and the direction it's going. So you niggas are through, all right, hurt, emotional, but these are the type of people that's gonna be coming after you. Your friends and so-called co-workers. You better get a grip on what you're saying to these people, because they gonna start using this shit. Because you go think people are down and so say cool with you, and y'all been talking back and forth about what you know, and this and this and that. You better watch what you're saying to these unstable people, because they don't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and they're not stable. This dude has already openly did a video, showed himself on video, thinging up. Him, TD Jakes, and these are your leaders. All right, based upon the mere fact that they have status and money in this world. Well, hey, wisdom and knowledge. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And this is where we are. Okay, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. Let's look up the word stability, because that nigga is not stable. He's not stable, man. And that whole high value men being based upon how much money you have and your status in this world, that's getting ready to be thrown out of the door. All right, yeah, you should try to have, do what you can to take care of your situation and forward, but we're living in a time where this system is going down, and the money, everything's getting ready to change. Okay, and they're getting ready to go hard body with this plan. And it's not so much about the juice, which we do believe that something in that water that the devil's water that they, it could have something to do with linking you to something and some sort of bots or whatever, nano or whatever. Okay, but we know the that they're getting you used. All right, it's the system that's being set up. What is the system? The system is that you're gonna have to have something in you in order to live a regular life. You're going to have to get used to getting something in you and proving it's in you in order to live a regular life. Is not that what John the Revelator saw? So first, you're going to have to bow to the image of the beast, okay, which within their image is their medical practices and everything else. You're going to have to bow to that, okay, and then you're going to have to fulfill your oath by putting a digital passport inside of you, as something inside of you that's going to prove forever who your alliance is with. And niggas like that is going to be crying to you. Now, the word for stability is amawan. All right? Firmness, fidelity, steadfastness, steadiness. All right? You're going to have to be firm in these times. And we have stories, because this is nothing new. Okay, this is Hellenization, going back to the Maccabees all over again. Okay, this is Daniel. Okay, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. This is Mordecai. Going to various men of the Lord. Okay, where they had to rely solely on the Most High through His mediator. Okay, who's Yahushua, and guess what? Big things happen, man. But it took them being firm. It took them having enough faith to step out on the water in order for those great works to be worked. And a great work is promised to be worked here in these times, man. Okay? You think these devils are going to win? Now, going back to this article, I just had to show y'all that big emotional nigga, man. He hurt. And The propaganda is going to be aimed towards the unjuiced. Y'all are fucking up the world. Y'all are the reason all of these shutdowns are happening again. Y'all are the reason that everybody dying. With 1 week of propaganda, I saw particular people in this world change their stance. With 1 week of propaganda. So how much more going on down the line? Because these people sit and watch the news all goddamn day. Their minds are all messed up. They don't have any foundation in the higher power. God is out of the door. So they're wandering after the beast, and they're being turned, and that whole zombie apocalypto, all of those movies that's these people, man. This guy. Where he at?
Even the vaccine. You stupid fucks. Now y'all fucking up the population. Got the shit back bad. Cause
Yeah, we got it. People who don't bow to the image got it back bad. That's what they're coming with. Now it's a division, just like back in the day. You had to, in order to, you couldn't walk into particular, establishments if you were dark skinned, Well, that type of vibe is coming back because what this is all doing is really putting focus on what they call black Americans and the rest of the tribes as well. Because the narrative is that they're the ones that are the most, they're the ones who are reluctant based upon a history. And then they want to bring up the Tuskegee thing, which that's child's play. Brothers and sisters, when you hear that, okay, understand that that's child's play. That experiment was child's play compared to the billions of other cases of the things that they've done, especially using their medical field to you Israelites. Women, too. You women who are all behind this, you know that they used to perform, all right, particular surgeries on you with no anesthetics, nothing to numb you, ripping your child out of your stomach. This is the history of these people, man. Anyway, let's read this article. As the NYC, all right, juice pass was embraced by the same people who denounced voter ID requirements as racist, critics pointed out that it would be disproportionately harm African Americans, which those are Israelites. There's no such thing. This is the pseudoscience and madness that has been perpetuated for years to keep the world from the understanding that we are the hidden ones. We are the Israelites. And all of these nations have come together to make sure the name of Israel was no longer in play. And I'm stumbling over my words because in these times we have to be mindful of how we present this information. But at the end of the day, F it, man. Do what the hell you got to do. You Edomites, man. We're tired of you walking on eggshells and your ass walking around being the biggest devil, lying, deceiving, manipulating, and throwing out enchantments. And it's working. And the proof that magic is real, just like the Elder Award said yesterday, the Lord wouldn't have laws against witches and witchcraft and against magic if it wasn't real. It is very real. And you can clearly see that it works on look at the mindset of the people. Okay, for years they've sat there in your face and told you that the earth is populated over and we need to figure out a way to kill off a lot of people. Now they want to give you something to save you and keep you alive. Nigga. Anyway, it says it didn't seem to matter. Residents of the most populous U.S. city will be required to show vaccine ID, dubbed keys to NYC pass. So in order to have the keys to the city, because that's one of the things niggas love to talk about, the keys to the city. Well, now in order to have the keys to NYC is to have a pass. Okay? I'm going to also jump to this story where the Boston mayor has compared the policy to a slavery era all right, freedom papers and birthism, all right? You meaning if you got caught wiggling around, you would have to show either your brand or you would have to have some particular papers on you to prove what master you belong to. And that's what all this is all boiling down to. They're getting ready to force a digital all. All right. Now, what is an all? Okay. Really quick. Really quick. In Deuteronomy chapter 15. Okay. Dealing with a servant. You know, because these are laws. You know, dealing with servitude. You know, when you let your servants go. Right. Because there's an actual order to having a servant. Okay. You could have a Hebrew servant or you would have a servant of the heathen. Now, there's particular, you know, differences in how you treat them, but this is one of the laws on that. Going back to verse 16, it says, and if it shall be, if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee in thine house, because he is well with thee, okay, then thou shalt take an awl and thrust it in his ear unto the door, okay, and he shall be thy servant forever, and also thy maidservant, all right, thou shalt, unto thy maidservant thou shalt do likewise, right? Meaning if your servant loved your house and he said, I just want to serve you forever, I'll live here, because with an Hebrew servant, you know, he was only supposed to serve you for a particular amount of time. He got his money up, and then he would leave, okay? Now, there would be a point where he would say, look, I want to serve you forever. So you would put an awl in his ear. Okay. Going back to an ancient custom to show that your alliance, you know, this is my master forever. Now the word all in the Hebrew. Okay. All right. Maratazai. Okay. And all a boring instrument, and you will put that in his ear or her ear. All right, you would pierce their ear. All right, and this is what earrings represent in our culture. All right, we would put earrings in our ears for the purpose of showing, you know, our alliance to our power. Okay, but anyway, we know that that's what John the Revelator was warning us about. Okay. We know, all right? Now we can clearly see it. Okay? And people are drunk, you know, off of the propaganda, the miracles, the different things that this devil is doing. Okay, but we're here. All right, Revelation 13 and 15, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay? So those 7,000 that have not bowed the knee, all right, to the image of Baal, very important, okay? The men of the Lord, the leaders, because it is through their message that under the blood of Yahushua we have what? Victory. So you need to be figuring out where that message is, because a lot of people are preaching a message for you to bow and worship the image. Okay, now what does worship mean? Okay, we're coming into those times where they're throwing off the good. They're not playing anymore, and that's his countenance is changing to what? Look, these people who ain't down with this, they're going to be cut off from society, and then there's going to be laws to put them to death. And niggas like Slim Thug are going to lead that. They're going to be a part of that. And you just wait until the fall, when Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club and all of these different platforms start to push what they want to do as the way. Okay? Now remember, this is a beast. All right? The image of the beast. What does the word beast mean? Okay, Therion, just getting to the point metaphorically, a brutal, bestial, savage, all right, man, ferocious. Okay? And that describes Esau Edom to a T. Okay, he's in the final stages of his blessing. Okay, Now, you're going to have to worship this image. Okay? Proskuneo, right? Means what? To kiss the hand, as it says, kiss the son, all right, in which is fulfilled the image of the Most High God, Yahweh, through his son on the right-hand side. All right, that's the hand that we are supposed to reverence. And that's the what we bow to, right? Well, on the left-hand side, all right, there's a priesthood, all right, through Satan. And pretty much what the powers that be are saying is that you're gonna have to bow, okay? You're gonna have to pay homage by kneeling and prostration, okay? And pay homage, okay, to fall on the knees, okay, as an expression of reverence, okay? And this is the beginning of that system. We see it clearly, okay? We see it clearly, okay? This is the image of the beast. Everything you see happening before you, okay? The alphabet agenda, okay? You damn sure got to bow to that in order to be normal, okay? The system, the government, which is now changing over to what? Science, okay? And then after he came with that system, what would he do? He would cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive what? What's the Greek word used here that you would have to receive? Let's get it. Charagma. Okay? You would have to receive an imprinted mark, okay? A mark branded up on horses, a thing carved, sculpture, graven work, something created. So any of you still walking around pushing this narrative that the MOB is Christianity or sin, no, it's something carnal that they're going to create, or that you're going to have to take, and it's an idol. And what does it prove? All right, your alliance, okay, as it says here, a mark stamped upon the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. Okay, now the anti-Messiah is the whole system. The image of the beast is anti-Messiah. Okay, and you also have Jake, okay, who are anti-Messiah, who ultimately push the diminishing of his position, of his rank, of his authority. But overall, this whole system is a fulfillment of the anti-Messiah, man. The ancient Roman Empire, man. Which, what was those niggas, what was their MO? We have no king but Caesar, nigga. That's these guys. Okay? Going back to the time that the Messiah was on the scene. We don't bow to you, nigga. We have no king but Caesar. That's these types of guys, man. They are a part of the anti-Messiah as well. And they have no problem bowing, you see, and making a covenant with death. Okay? Now, what we always show you is the how John the Revelator, speaks of Chi-Psi stigma. Okay, that's the 666. Okay, we have lessons on that. All right, but when you go into that, all right, the Chi, all right, that's the first word in Christ or anointed, and it's an X. Okay, so they're replacing the anointed one with their anointing. Okay, and and the anointing starts with your ass having the juice. Okay. Then you have the Psi, okay, which is like that coiled snake look. Okay, it deals with wisdom on the left hand side, and then you have stigma. Stigma, Okay? Stigma, stick, prick. See that? Stick or prick. A mark pricked or branded upon the body. All right? For what purpose? Now, real quick, before I finish that, let's go to this scene in Antebellum, which is a pretty good movie if you haven't saw it. This is after she tried to escape. What would happen to a slave when they tried to escape? So that the master could put a awl, so to speak, on them to show that it's their property. What would he do?
Silence! You will speak only when I instruct you to speak.
Yeah, this is what they did to you so-called black women and all of you women of the tribes. And you niggas are in 2020 sitting here screaming about some goddamn trust the SI ints. Come on, man. This is a history. This is the history of your people here in Babylon, and you're bowing. No questions.
I'm responsible for you now, and I will tame your savage ways. Now get up. Come on. You've given me no choice.
You've given me no choice, okay? Because she tried to run away. It's a badass movie too. Look at what he's gonna do. That's his brand.
Your friends are dead because of you. You know that.
Your friends are dead because of you, because you wanted to escape. Now, when you read Isaiah 10, what does it say about the remnant? That they're gonna escape. Such as are escaped of the house of Israel, man. But they're going to use the mindset as the reason why our people are dying. Just watch.
Right. Try to escape again. I'll drag you to the burn shed myself.
Try to escape again. So what did he do? Now, if she escaped or was found, the mark would be on her. And they would know, oh, you belong to such and such. This system is now going digital. See that? It's now going digital. A mark pricked or branded into the body to ancient Oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or stamp of their master or commander and branded or prick cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with tokens to their gods. Okay? Oh, man. Anyway, there's a video you can look up this guy, Slim Thug, actually juicing, all right? Actually taking it, all right? So, like I said, there's some now. This is not, we don't believe that this is the actual, all right, mark, but it has to be a part of it. But it's definitely you showing your token or your alliance, okay? And these types of niggas, Isaiah 24, all right, and 14. It says, wherefore hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule this people, which is in Jerusalem, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Pseudoscience. So they think that they're good, all right? But when you go down, verse 18, it says, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Why? Because what does it say in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter? Okay, they that consent shall be had in derision. Okay, you're going to be confused. You're going to be through. You're going to start to regret, okay? But it's going to be too late because you have pushed a covenant with Esau, Edom, and his wicked left-hand practices as the way to be. You didn't think about the Most High. And you got Israelite groups with the Bible in their hand right now with the hundreds of thousands of followers teaching this shit. Anyway, I got a little bit off topic, but let's just read a little bit of this and then that other article, and then we'll close it out. Let's see here. It says, residents of the most populous U.S. city will be required to show, an ID dubbed Key to the NYC Pass in order to eat at restaurants, go to the gym, enter indoor entertainment venues of any kind, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced on Tuesday. All right. Now, if they're able to push this type of shit, you know they can go further, and it is. Because eventually these passes are going to be, I lost my pass, or what can I do to get in, You see what we saying. And if you don't see it, then that's you, man. It says, de Blasio's pass is the first such mandate in the U.S. It's never had this type of mandate, showing you we are living in those times. Okay? It comes only a day after Cuomo called for private businesses to discriminate against the unjust in order to incentivize, New Yorkers to get it. And it's aimed at Jake heavily, right? While much of the outrage on Tuesday focused on the news of Cuomo's sexual improprieties with female staff, yada, 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 more than a few critics have pointed out that the mayor and the New York governor are backing a mandate more burdensome than requiring an ID to vote, which their fellow Democrats have denounced as racist. Now, I don't know if you niggas know, but every so often they have to renew your right to vote. All right, but then you have to have a voter ID, to even have the right to vote. And they were saying that that's racist and it's tied to the old, just the U.S. propaganda. But that's an ongoing argument that they use, because they always use you Jakes and put an argument about you and what you're not receiving as a means to forward their propaganda. And the Democrats are big at that. Okay, it says independent journalists pointed to the statistics showing that only 38% of African Americans in New York City have been juiced. All right, to state the obvious, the policy would have a racially disparate impact. So they're going to say, well, pretty much this is going to affect, Jake the most, because Jake is the ones that aren't going to get this because of their reluctancy, because of the history of America, blah, blah, blah. Right? Now let's get really quick the book of Daniel. Okay. In 3:3. Then the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together into the dedication of the image of Nebuchadnezzar. Now, today, it's the dedication to the image of the beast. This is what's being set up. It's far more than just something that you putting in your arm. It's deeper than that. Okay? Their image, okay, their idols will be the new rulers of this world, their science. Okay? And the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is nowhere in their thoughts, in their plans, and what they're putting in you, okay? It says, and they stood before the image that he had set up, okay, because the heathen have always used artificers to carve out images, okay? The ruler would make an artificer carve out an image that you would have to bow to, Okay, the way that you're gonna bow is via them getting inside of you, and we know that pretty much if they're able to alter your DNA, then they can then claim you. That's a whole nother lesson. They can claim that they own it, just like with tomatoes and potatoes and different animals. Marijuana plants. What Esau is doing is he's altering the DNA, all right, or the makeup of those things, and then patenting them, saying, I created this. Well, that plan is happening now with men and women and your children. Okay, wake up. Then, and Harold cried aloud. Now, what is in Harold? All right, and Harold, let's get that real quick. Let's go to it here. Daniel, the 3rd chapter, and I believe the 4th verse. A herald, all right, which is an ancient lot. All right, just like we're out on the highways and the byways, all right, we're heralds, calling, and let's see here. It just says herald. Maybe we can get it a bigger definition here. Oh, well, it has a root word. The word is karawaz. Karawaz. All right, what does a herald do? Proclaims or makes a proclamation. Okay? So we're the heralds of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Okay, and you have heralds, all right, of Satan. Okay? It says, then a herald cried out, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages. Is not that narrative here right now? Okay, this is a command. That word for command, it may be yashab. Let's see. Okay, well, this one is amar, to command, to relate. They're relating to you. All right? Okay, it's being commanded. This is what the heralds on the left-hand side are telling you. And you even have our people who are a part of this. To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the sackbut, the psaltery, the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye shall fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar have set up. All right, just like in Daniel the 5th chapter, they were at that feast. And what did what happened? All right, that writing on the wall came and disrupted it. And what was that writing on the wall? Teki teki meno meno upharsin, or mene mene upharsin. Your kingdom has been weighed in the balance and basically is about to be destroyed. That's happening now too. That writing on the wall is ultimately the hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, the words that's in this book. Okay, the testimony of Yahushai is the end of your BS. So they're saying you're gonna have to worship this golden image, right? And whoso falleth not down to worship that, the same hour shall be cast into a burning fiery furnace. Okay. Now they're not exactly saying this, but you can link this in the spirit. The Bible is a living book that you can always go into the things that are written in the past and link to now, because that which is then is now. This is also the Tower of Babel. And you have our people helping to build it. Okay. But you have that remnant who are sticking to the way. Okay. It says, the worship of the image refused. Wait a minute. What happened? Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. Now, let's get Isaiah 47. What is Babylon the Great known as? Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, sit on the ground. There is no more throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Daughter of Babylon, daughter of the Chaldeans. All right. Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked, which is happening. All right, but it's going to get even, as you fall all the way. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Okay, so Edom is the last captivity, but they're likened unto what? The daughter of Edom, the daughter of Babylon, the daughter of the Chaldeans, who were the witches and warlocks of that Neo-Babylonian empire, where Nebuchadnezzar made this the decree. Okay, daughter of the Chaldeans. So this is Babylon the Great. Is fulfills all of this. So what did these Chaldeans do at that time? Certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. Why was they accusing the Jews? Because Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and the particular others that were there, okay, they were of the king's lineage. These were descendants of King David. Remember, it was promised and prophesied by Isaiah to Hezekiah, who's in that royal lineage, that thy seed, all right, would be ultimately eunuchs, slaves in Babylon. So as the Babylonians took down, all right, the temple, okay, and were at the height of their rulership, they had the king's lineage helping them within their kingdom. That's where Daniel comes from. Okay? So how much more us? They have us in captivity in their system. We've helped them, and now we're coming to a point where there's getting ready to be a separation, because you got niggas still talking about, since we promote that you have to obey the laws of the land, are we promoting that you have to take the chip and stuff like that, when your dumbass follows the laws of the land? But your message is against taking that, right? But you have certain men who just want to argue. All right. Yes, we push that you have to. Hey, we're obedient to this system, in a sense that we don't run the red light. Okay, we don't go to work talking crazy to our supervisors. All right, we pay our taxes. Okay, and things of that sort. But when it comes to stuff like this, you're going to have to take the stance of Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. This is a perfect example of that. Okay? Romans, the 13th chapter, is going to be used, which, we have breakdowns on that. But people who read the Bible and believe it, so say they're going to start to use particular stories or particular scriptures to push that you should do things. Well, we're reading the story where Daniel and these brothers refused. Okay? Refused, and they were accused. They were accused of the Chaldeans, man. And that narrative is going to get even bigger. It says from this article, looking at these figures, it seems impossible to dispute, all right, that NYC's upcoming mandate policy will have a racially disparate impact. Is that still the primary standard by which the policy must be judged or not? So they're saying when you implement this, all right, looking at the numbers of who's got it, you're basically going to be turning away Israelites at the end of the day, because we're not African Americans. You're going to be turning them away the most from coming into your gyms, your grocery stores, in the various different places where they're going to mandate that you have to show proof. Okay? Oh, man. Let's listen to this.
So I wanted to ask about the New York City proof of vaccination. So New York City data shows that the rate for Black New Yorkers is sitting at 31%, which is a lot lower than some of the other percentages. And this is similar to the national level, according to CDC data. So is the White House concerned at all that the burdens imposed by governments and businesses like this New York City proof of vaccination is going to fall heaviest on these minority communities?
Well, I would say, Shelby, that it's our objective to continue to close that equity gap and to make sure we are, as a federal government, working in partnership with city or states like New York, cities like New York City, to make sure we are making the vaccine accessible, available. We're meeting people where they are. We're partnering with the right public health officials, and we will continue to do exactly that, because we certainly don't want this to be a barrier of entry for communities. We also believe that at a time where the Delta variant is spreading like wildfire across the country, especially to unvaccinated communities, that it's important, and cities and communities should be able to take steps to incentivize get more people getting vaccinated.
Oh man, so again, it's centered around you Israelites, man. Okay, and particularly, all right, Judah, all right, but we remember, all right, that it was the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the ones who have to do it first. Remember that? Okay, so now they're using you, okay, and they have the chart here. You know, you can look up this article. All right, let's see here, yada yada yada. Let's see here. It said this is the same Biden administration that declared Georgia's election integrity law, which would require showing an ID to vote by mail, which is Jim Crow on steroids, all right, and had the Justice Department sue the state on grounds that it was racist, all right? So see, Biden, you know, which means to trust when you look up the word, he came just like Antiochus, man. Which the E in his name goes back to the the way they had it. The E, I did a lesson on it yesterday. Just look at my latest the video I posted yesterday. Biden, all right, the man of sin. You know, that E is that psi, all right, and chi psi stigma. So this could be Antiochus, man, as Apostle Tahar posed that question. This is First Maccabees 1:30, and spake peaceable words unto them, but it was all deceit. And when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. This is coming. Why? Because they didn't want to get Hellenized. Okay? They didn't want to get Hellenized, man. And Hellenized mean you bow to their idols. Okay? And there's even stories in other histories. Okay, they call it what the third Maccabees, which ultimately you can read it for history purposes, but we don't teach it at the end of the day. But there was a mark or a brand you would have to get, okay, in that system. Okay, I did a video on that a while back. I just can't think of the information, but it was a particular Bacchus. Bacchus, I know that was the name of the god that ultimately you would have to bow to. Let me see. I think Bacchus it may be in the it may be, let me see. I can't. Let's see. Let me, just for my yeah, Second Maccabees 6. Okay, here's that history right here. As a matter of fact, let's see. In Third Maccabees 2:29, we read that Ptolemy branded some of the Jews with the sign of an ivy leaf, marking them as devotees of Bacchus. Okay, now Second Maccabees 6:7-17, that Bacchus is mentioned, but you could look up that history on your own, man. Okay, But ultimately, during this time, they were pretty much forcing Jake to observe their gods and their idols, okay, and forbid offering up sacrifice to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, okay? And this is the narrative now, man, okay? So really quick, let's go to this article right here. Check this sister out. Oh man. Which all of these people are going to be used for a division, but also the powers that be, they set these people up to make these arguments as well, to push narratives and mindsets and to draw attention to particular arguments. But let's hear what she says.
Requiring proof of vaccination for restaurants, gyms, and entertainment venues.
There's a long history in this country of people needing to show their papers.
The mayor then references slavery, former President Trump, and birtherism.
During slavery, post-slavery, as recent as, what an immigrant population has to go through here. We heard Trump with the birth certificate nonsense. Here, we want to make sure that we are not doing anything that would further create a barrier for residents.
In Cambridge, one restaurant tells us it is requiring proof of vaccination for indoor dining.
For us to be competitive, to take steps to put those policies into place ourselves as businesses, gives us a competitive advantage.
The owner says if cases go up, it threatens the business and the safety of employees and customers.
The spread of disease is what will kill the restaurant business and what will kill our ability to send children back to school safely.
In Boston, Mayor Janey wouldn't say either way if a mandate was coming, preferring instead to focus on access.
We want to make sure that we are giving every opportunity for folks to get vaccinated. When it comes to what businesses may choose to do, we know that those types of things are difficult to enforce when it comes to vaccine.
So there you go. You heard it. And, what they're going to do. What they're going to do is they're going to use that narrative to start to blame Jake. All right? Jake, you will be the reason for the spread. Okay? Remember, it started with a bat. Okay? Fucking a bat. Now you're the bat. And you niggas are turning into bats. Okay? It says after New York City announced people will need proof. Okay, the Boston mayor Kim Janey likened the rule to slavery freedom. All right, slavery era freedom papers. Okay, and you just heard her. Okay, and that's exactly what it's gonna be. Okay, but all of you people are getting ready to be on that system. Okay, this is what John the Revelator saw. Okay, chai-size stigma. All right, all right, the Xing out of the anointed one. All right, the ushering in of their wisdom. Okay, and then it's gonna be sealed by you putting, a mark in you. Okay, and your family. Okay, and people who you thought loved you and that, they're all getting ready to change. Okay, you're going to see a big shift and change in the mindset of the people, all right, here in Babylon. Okay, and as we just read here, okay, you Jews will be accused for not bowing to the image. Okay? When you go to verse 12, it says, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the three holy children. Okay? These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image that thou hast set up. Okay, and what happened? Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought them in before the king. Now, this goes directly into what we're getting ready to enter. Okay. Okay, this is why Haman was like, we got to get these Jews out of here. We got to figure out a way to stop them, because they're going to mess up our affairs going forward. This is Revelation 12:17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and that have the testimony of Hamashiach. Okay, that remnant. So he's getting ready to come to make war with that remnant, because what? We keep the commandments of God, all right, which means we're not bowing to your BS. And we have the testimony of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, which is going to be a key. It's going to be a key testimony in your ass going down, because it has to be spoken openly before the end comes. And the end of what? Not the end of the whole world, the end of your rulership. As the scriptures say, the physician cutteth off a long disease. Okay? So, as it says in Isaiah, the 10th chapter, I quoted it earlier, may as well bring it out. There's Isaiah 10:20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped, all right? Because if we're escaped, that means that what? We have victory, okay, as it says here. All right, Revelation 15. Okay, and 2. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name. Okay, stand on the sea of glass. And how would that victory be obtained? All right, well, when you read, all right, Revelation 14, that comes right after Revelation 13, it would be through this testimony, this new song, all right, which from the Most High through Yahweh Shai was given to the men of the Lord, okay, the 144,000, which some of these very men are on the earth today, all right, and whether they're in heaven or on earth, they're crying to the Father to avenge and take you Edomites down. Okay, you don't believe me? Let's get Revelation, the 6th chapter. Okay. Because, you know, you get Revelation 6, okay, it talks about the red horse that will come to take peace away from the earth. That's Esau. All right. Then you have the black horse, all right, showing his unjust weights and balances, all right, taking the food, hoarding it to himself, and being a demon, which we're there now. Okay. So we're living at the time where the Lord is going to seal the elect. Okay, and take this nigga down, man. All right? But it comes with prophecy going out. Then when you go to verse, let's get to the point. Verse 9, and when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou now judge nor avenge, okay, our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Okay, and white robes were given unto them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants and also their brethren who should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. So we're living in a time where eventually some of us are going to have to be martyrs and die for this word. And don't fret, because it's already written in you to be obedient and have that spirit in you, and to remain bold in your understanding, in your belief. Because we're not bowing to the image of Baal at all. So some of us are going to have to die, okay, and go up there with him. But Yahweh Shai is eventually going to put an end and come. All right. And us who are on the earth are going to be beamed up and caught up with these here. All right. Who ultimately have victory over the beast. All right. Over his image and over his mark. See? So we're going to be likened unto those that are escaped. All right. And what does it say? We shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, Esau. That's what he wants. He wants you to lean on him for support, for a thought of life. Okay, have faith in him. He wants to be God. but shall stay up on Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. And that remnant, okay, is you get Revelation, the 7th chapter. When it's all said and done, it's the 144,000 and a large multitude, which are all Israelites. Okay, no matter where you may be scattered, no matter how you look, no matter what language you speak, if the Lord has it for you to be brought back, you're going to be brought back. Okay, you're going to go through particular tribulations, but what's going to happen? Ultimately, the Lord is going to lift up a standard. Okay, but you can see a narrative is getting ready to be pushed, and it's all surrounding you Israelites. Okay. However, all of these enchantments are going to fail. Okay. Now, I mean, you know what? What I'll do is, Lord will, I had other scriptures, but that's the point. At the end of the day, we're getting ready to, these three holy children, because when you go to Daniel, they were eventually grabbed up, they were grabbed up and thrown to judgment, basically, because y'all didn't bow nor worship the golden image, as you see here. Okay. This was Nebuchadnezzar's message to them. Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that ye do not serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, the scriptures say we're going to be brought, okay, before counselors. Okay, we're going to be brought before kings for a testimony, man. Okay. Let's see here. What does the scripture say? Mark 13:11. But when they shall lead you and deliver you up, take no thought beforehand what ye shall speak, neither do ye premeditate. All right. But whatsoever shall be given you in that hour that ye speak, for it is not ye that speak, but the Holy Spirit. Now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death. So you're going to have particular Israelites reporting, your family members, even your children. Some of your children are going to turn on you. Wives. And what are they going to be calling? They're going to cause you to be put to death, because it's going to come to a point where if you're speaking out against the image of the beast, as it said in Revelation 13, you're going to be put to death. And laws are going to be passed, unrighteous decrees to forward that BS. But guess what? Eventually a standard is coming to these people, and we're close, man. Okay? And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right? And just like Yahushua, you have that thought in the flesh, like, damn, I don't want to go through this. But guess what? It is the only way. It's your rites of passage. You have to go through the fire in order to be purified. Okay? So, I mean, I'm going to leave it there, man. I'm going to leave it there. It was pretty much all over the place either way it go. Hey, call hello, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Shalom.